Okay.
We had it in a pot when we lived in a condo, and then we moved to a house. My husband, who is the gardener of the family and absolutely amazing at it, brought it to our house and then planted it. It bloomed like this giant bush.
Yes.
It's been several years later, and it blooms like crazy still. I'm going to text you a picture. I'm going to send a picture. Yeah.
Please do. You've got my phone number. Please
I've actually put it on my Facebook page.
Yep.
I've taken pictures of it. I talk about it every time, and it was just like this, the braided one, and all the different colors. It's just spectacular.
Isn't it? Like, this is the most amazing work of art. First of all, this has been hand braided, and you think to yourself, how can you get all of these colors in one plant? Well, I'll show you how. If you don't mind,
I'll go over here wherever you want me to go.
Yeah. So if I can get, you know, just one of our awesome guys to get a nice shot of this trunk, you can see that in here, you've got 1, 2, 3, and back here, 4 different hibiscus trees that from when they were itty bitty babies have been hand braided together. So this in itself is a work of art. These are countless hours involved. So then what happens is, as it grows all the way up, this is how you're going to be able to get that multiple colors. This is such a great tropical plant, something that you would have never believed that you can have, like where you are in Minnesota or Michigan or in Washington State. But we are making it happen with leaf and petal. And when it comes to you, look at how big it already is. This is what's coming to you.
It comes in a box, like, because we had it set.
We did,
You open up the box, and it looks exactly like that.
Yes.
And you're like, all right, I literally don't have to do anything. I mean, you could take it out. You want to get a bigger pot, obviously.
And I would recommend that, because when it comes to you, it's just in one of these plastic containers. And if you keep it in this, it's barely going to get any bigger. If you put it into a bigger container, I would say maybe an 18 or a 20-inch container, and then just add some good potting soil in there and water it. This is really a tropical plant, so it loves water. We're going to water the heck out of it. You can put it in the full sun. It does love the full sun. If you are in Florida, for example, or in like Southern California, you can put it right in the ground. And then what you need to know, though, you guys, is it does not like to be frozen. So make sure that you put it in a container that's manageable enough to where when it's, you know, before it freezes, right, you just go ahead, you can drag it right into the house. It'll continue to bloom in the house. Or you can put it in the garage. It doesn't even have to, you know, we just don't want it to freeze.
Well, I will say ours is outside. It didn't get to 32, you know, here, but it got to the 40s. It got
no
there.
problem.
But it was no problem. It was like, I can do that. I just put on, we didn't even put a sweater on it. It just like, every time, and it makes me smile. Every time we have it right by our front door as you walk up the front walkway. And it is, I'm telling you, it's like this big now. It's just like, I mean, I forget that it came like a little baby tree, and then it's so big now.
And one of the things about when it comes to you, I do want to tell you again, it's very similar to the same map. You know, if you're down in those lower portions, right, you can see that they're going to be shipping out to you immediately, right? All the way through zone 7B, you know, today is the day where you guys kind of in that rusty red area are going to be. But for the others, you know, for all of you others, which is the majority of the country, you're going to need it to warm up a little bit. We don't want you to deal with this when we've still got snow on the ground and when you still have freezing temperatures. So it's going to arrive in a nice tall box. You can either cut the box off or open the top up, reach your hand in and grab it by the trunk, because we don't want you to pull up on these branches. These branches are obviously there, even a lot of them with buds on them, and you just pull it straight out. It's a very manageable size. Give it a nice amount of water. Get yourself a good container, kind of replant it with good potting soil, and then just enjoy it. The first year you have it, this year, it's going to be twice as big, and you're going to get blooms on it of every single different color. And what's really fun is that, you know, each bloom really only lasts one day. It's like a magical miracle. So one day. But in the meantime, there are 5, 10, 15 more buds that are coming up. And you can even see it. That's such a great shot. You can see all of those buds, and they open up very quickly. It's just like you're on vacation at your own house.
They're so incredibly beautiful. They're on sale now, $20 off. We're doing a shipping special from Leaf and Petal, our live plant distributor, that $7.50 to ship your entire order. No matter how many things you buy, it's a fill your cart. So, you know, think about how you want. There's more things on hsn.com. We've got a few things in the show, but there's an entire selection from Leaf and Petal. And I've met like the owner, and we've had calls with them, and they've come here, and what I love is they're not doing the kind of plant that you can just go to your local nursery. They're doing real specialty items like this braided hibiscus with braiding the different colors together. So it's multicolor hibiscus does not exist in nature.
No, I mean, that's why these have to be hand braided by really true artists. And I think one of the things that I love most about being a part of Leaf and Petal is, you know, we're all gardeners there. So, you know, over the years, we've seen what everybody else has. We know that, oh, if you're gonna get a jasmine, it's probably gonna be a Confederate jasmine. If you're gonna get an annual, it's probably gonna be something like, you know, a petunia or a begonia, which fine, listen, I love all plants. I'm not playing favorites, but I do know that at my age, and maybe all of you, I like the things that are different. I like the things that are special. And speaking of those Hawaiian blue eyes, do you notice, Helen, that down yonder here, we actually planted some of those Hawaiian blue eyes right into the container. Do something fun like that, you know? It's just, this is your own way to make a piece of art, isn't it?
I love that. I love that. And this is, by the way, exclusive. And again, this is something specialty. And if you're a little bit of a competitive gardener, knowing Carrie, I know all gardens are a little bit competitive. A little bit. You're the only one who's going to have this. You can't get this any place else except Leaf and Petal, who have created this.
Yeah, I mean, even just having this peach color in there, and we have another all peach one that we have on the website. If you go to hsn.com,
love it.
You know, that peachy coral, it is such a hot color. And it is still braided, but this time all 4 of them are braided and they are peach. But this one right here is the multicolor. The other fun thing about these flowers is, you know, as we get into summer, right, in these really cool, you know, I call them cool, but into these hot days, right when this starts to open, you can pinch it off, put it in a little bowl of water, put it right on your kitchen counter, put it in your guest bathroom if you're having people come over. You feel like you're in Fiji, you know, because this is like
so
one of those Fiji plants.
You know, and I think about it, and okay, so $79.95. I'm trying to think of, I can't even remember. I think I've had it for 4 years.
Yeah. And it's going to keep on giving.
I mean, this isn't like you go and I'm going to send you flowers and it's $200.
Oh, you're so
and it lasts
right.
1 week. This is, I mean, Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Send it for Mother's Day, and then decades to come, you look at that braided hibiscus that you got your mom for Mother's Day, and then she's going to be like, oh, you know, my favorite daughter. By the way, I'm the youngest. I've never been the favorite. So
well, I'm not the youngest. We're always supposed to be the favorite.
I don't know.
Is my youngest my favorite? I'm not going to talk about it on television, but I'm going to go with
no. My older brother's the favorite.
He's 16. Do you think any 16-year-old is anybody's favorite right now?
No, probably not right now.
But I do want to teach you guys a real quick trick about these. So yes, they are hand braided, and I'm just going to kind of come down here and show you something. Yeah, you might see throughout the course of its lifetime, you might see a little leaf starting to pop out on the side here. I just want you guys to take it and pinch it off, right? We're gonna pull it out because what that's gonna do is that's gonna suck the energy from the plant where we want it to come all the way up here. We want all the energy of the plant to be up here where we've got all the flowers and all this gorgeous foliage. I mean, this looks fake. This is how perfectly structured these are.
I know, and the buds, the fact that it's come to you with buds here already ready to like pop out, and you can see them all over, and this was shipped here for this show.
Yes,
I mean, it was shipped just like it's going to be shipped to your house.
And I love that they do that. A lot of times they'll ship it to me at my house, and they're like, hey, can you bring this to the studio?
Right.
And I love when they do that because I bring it in as is. A lot of times I'll pull it right out of the box live on the air and say, hey, this is what it's going to look like when it comes to you. They're not giving me any extra special stuff.
Right.
Their stuff is just extra special. It really genuinely is.
So true, because it's from a company that it really loves specialized plants like unique and different, and you know, going the extra mile and really understands that we want to be wowed.
Yes.
We want to be blown away. We want to be something incredible. That's what you're getting. It's $899-319-7995. You've got FlexPay. It's under $20 to get this, and I've had mine for 5 years, so I last and last and last.
Yep.
When have you ever sent anybody flowers and it said, oh, I had those for 5 years? You didn't even have them for 5 days.
Yeah, and I hate cleaning those up.
I
Those
know.
flowers, you get the goop in the bottom of it.
I just did that
I
today.
hate that.
I just did that
But
today.
hey,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it one more time, you guys. Remember, this is a tropical plant, so it does love water. So don't be afraid to drag that hose. And also, before it freezes, make sure you drag it inside the house so it doesn't get ruined by the cold.
All right, well, we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to be back with some items from Bell & Howell, so stay tuned.